My name is Kristen Baumgartner, and I'm with Vrakas Blum Computer Consulting. Today, I will be reviewing the Visual Integrator module for Sage 100. Vrakas Blum Computer Consulting has been selling and implementing Sage products for over 30 years and is one of the top Sage 100 solution providers in the country. We are dedicated to helping our clients continuously improve and have industry expertise that comes from years of experience and real-world knowledge. In today's presentation, I'll be reviewing what the Visual Integrator module is used for, the main tasks within the module, and then review an example VI job. VI is primarily used for importing information into Sage 100 data tables when mass data updates are required. VI can also be used to export information from Sage 100. Visual Integrator jobs can be created in this module and the jobs executed. VI is a core Sage module for Sage 100 subscription customers, and the majority of customers will use it when adding and changing large amounts of data or when auditing Sage 100 information for data cleanup. Let's take a look at VI in our Sage 100 environment. Sage 100 Visual Integrator is primarily used to export data from and import data into Sage 100, and access can be controlled by Sage Role Maintenance. Using VI does require a basic understanding of the Sage 100 tables. Since this is an overview of the VI software, we will not be deep diving into the Sage 100 data tables themselves, but I do want to point out a couple resources that we can use. In my Sage 2023 environment, I'm going to go to my web content and I'm going to access our resources. Under my Resources tab, if I scroll down a little bit, I have File Layout and Program Information. When I launch this, it is going to take me out to the Sage website, and I do have the ability to look at the file and table listings to find the names of the appropriate files and tables I need to access, along with details about their file layouts. As an example, if we look at accounts receivable, I'm able to see all of the associated Sage data tables, and I'm going to focus on AR customer right now as an example. This gives a layout of the field and column name. It tells us details about how the data is structured within, and it does give us additional descriptions and notes for each of these fields. Visual Integrator can be used in a multitude of ways, and today we'll be reviewing a simple VI job to give a basic understanding of how the module works. In my modules, when I come down to my Visual Integrator module, I have an import job maintenance and an export job maintenance. Pretty self-explanatory. The import job maintenance is going to allow me to create a job to import data into my system. The export job will allow me to create the necessary job to export data out of my Sage 100 system. We're going to do a simple VI import job today. The first thing I need to do is to give my job a name, and we're going to call this one price level. This is going to be a simple import to import a customer pricing level into a series of customers all at the same time. The data table then needs to be identified. We're going to be using our AR customer file. So I just need to scroll down on the list and find my associated table name. When I hit accept, if this job has not previously been created, the system will ask if this is a new job. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Here, I have my identified table name and my job name. I do always recommend creating a long description. This does show, so we can easily identify it. Here, we're going to call this a customer price import. I can identify where my import file will be coming from. I can also do that at a later time when I actually execute the job. This is the basic configuration I need to have set up. I am now going to move on to the Data tab. You can see that we've got different color coding and a whole lot of files that we're showing on the left-hand side of the screen. Anything coded in blue is a required field for Sage 100. If we see something in a pink color, those are conditional fields, which means they're required, but if the data is already present, they do not need to be re-entered. I have colors that can be teal, which are defaulted information into the system. You can also see red coloration, which are system-only defined fields, and they are not allowed to be imported into. And the rest of my fields are going to show as black, which are additional fields that I can add to this job. Now, we can see that the AR division number and customer number are both required. But these additional fields that have been pre-populated, I don't necessarily need them. They are in black. So I'm going to use my arrows and I'm going to move them off of being required for my import. What I am interested in adding is our customer pricing level. So I find that field and by using this forward arrow can add it to my job. Here we're able to see the field names, the type of fields. The S is indicative of string fields. They can also be date or numeric fields. The operation that's going to be performed, the column and position, and then if we have any lens or masking data information. In order to dive deeper into these different fields, what we would need to do is to click on one and then double click. I want to show you the example of the actual CSV file I'm going to be importing. I have my Sage division, my customer number, their name, their city, their state, and their zip. This is the basis that I'm going to be using for my import. I've clicked on AR division number, and in this case, what this is telling me is that my current operation is to replace the information in Sage with column position 1 in my Excel or my CSV file. Here, because all of my divisions are going to be division 1, instead of replacing it, I'm actually going to assign it right from the VI job. And the default that I'm going to use is 01 for my division 1. I'll go ahead and accept that change. You can see that we now have it updated back on our data tab. My customer number is important, and my customer number is on this Excel spreadsheet. I can't assign it because it's not a static value. So I do want this VI import job to replace in column position 2 for this associated information. This is already correct, and I'm going to go ahead and accept this as well. Now, my price level is going to be the same for all these customers. If I had varying price levels I was going to assign, I would want to set up another column in the CSV file, and I could add in all the varying levels. For our purposes today, my price level is going to be assigned. So again, I'm going to change that operation to an assign. And this time, my price level is going to be A, that's going to be assigned to all of these associated customers. I'm going to go ahead and accept that as well. Again, this is an example of an extremely simple job, but I want to show you how this will work. Once I've actually configured all of the different pieces of information and matched them against the columns and positions in my CSV file, what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept this job. I'm getting prompted by Sage 100 to now execute the job that I've created. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. It is asking me, because I didn't previously define it, where is this import file? I'm going to go ahead and browse my system for this file. So we're going to jump into our documents. And here is my customer export CSV. You are going to want to close out your open file because Sage is going to make sure that this file is not in use as it tries to import. Once I've done that, I have the option to either execute my job or to test. We do recommend always testing a VI job before bringing this information into your Sage environment. When I click test, it's going to ask me how many records I would like to test. We always recommend testing all records to make sure that they pass their import. And you can see you get a nice little summary. The records read, the records imported, if any were skipped or failed. You can also review the job logs if you would like to, especially if you're seeing records that are skipped or failed. If we look at these job logs, it will tell you if there's any reason that something did not come through. Now that I've successfully tested my job, I will hit accept, and it's asking if I want to import these records into my company code. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. I will get the same readout, the same information from my test. I don't need to view the job log because, again, we know everything has come in. And now if I go into accounts receivable and I look at one of those customers that I was importing into, we'll take our first one, our American Business Futures. Now, when I go to their additional tab, I'm able to see their price level is set as A. This Visual Integrator import is extremely helpful when looking to make en masse data changes in your Sage 100 system. In this example, instead of going to every customer record, I simply was able to update a handful of records all at the same time just by constructing a simple VI job. Because jobs may be one-off, or sometimes they may be jobs that you need to run on a pretty regular basis, Visual Integrator also offers you the opportunity to add to a jobs menu. Here, if I go into import maintenance and this time look up that price level that I created, once a job has been established, you actually have the option to use this menu button. If I add the menu button, Sage will launch a wizard. We can say we're going to add a job or remove a job from our jobs menu. I'm going to go ahead and add. I confirm the job name I'm looking to do, how I would like it to display on the list. So I'm going to say this is a customer price import, whose roles I want to assign this to. So again, this might be something that's more of an administrative role. And then I can finish out using that wizard. Let me close VI. We're going to go into a different module and come right back. And now on my jobs menu, I have that customer price import that instead of going into my import job maintenance, I can simply launch it from right here. Security can be set so only certain people can create jobs, but others are allowed to launch them if we add them to the jobs menu. This video has covered the basics of the Visual Integrator module. Thank you for your time today. And if you have additional questions on Sage 100 functionality, please reach out to the Vrakas Blum Computer Consulting team.